Free speech. When does it go too far? Should student speech be regulated? When does it begin to infringe upon students' constitutional rights, and how do the boundaries of school affect students' rights to free speech? Well, the Supreme Court has been attempting to answer that question for over half a century. December 16th, 1965. High school students Mary Beth Tinker and Christopher Eckhart were suspended from their school. What heinous crime did these students commit? They wore black armbands to school, hoping to show their public support for a Vietnam War truce. However, after refusing to remove them when asked by school administration, they were sent home. But that was only the beginning, as Tinker became one of the first to sue the school back for infringing her First Amendment rights. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of Tinker by a 7-2 vote, citing that
the wearing of an armband for the purpose of expressing certain views is a symbolic act and falls within the protection of the First Amendment.
As far as Supreme Court cases go, most would agree that the students in question should have the freedom to express their negative feelings. However, not all cases in this realm are so clear-cut. Near the end of the 2016 to 2017 school year, a student tried out for her high school varsity cheerleading team. After failing to make the team, she posted a picture on Snapchat with the caption, "F*** school, f*** softball, f*** cheer, f*** everything." A few of her peers showed the post to school administration, and she was suspended from cheerleading for a year. The Supreme Court ended up ruling in favor of the student by an 8-1 vote. However, not every student gets so lucky. On a field trip to the Olympic torch relay in 2002, a public school student decided to bring a banner with his friends to capture the attention of cameras. The banner read, "Bong hits for Jesus," and crudely constructed duct tape letters. When the students were asked to take the banner down, all of the students complied except for Friedrich, who was subsequently suspended. Unlike the other cases, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the school by a 5-4 vote, stating that
based on the special characteristics of the school environment and the government interest in stopping student drug abuse, we conclude that schools may restrict student expression promoting such abuse.
Considering how frequently these types of cases happen in schools, regardless of whether or not they get brought to court, we decided it would be insightful to interview students and faculty at our school to get their opinions on the school's and court's decisions.
What's your name and what's your position at South?
Jon Greiner. I am the New Media Communities history teacher.
I'm Nate Hamilton. I'm a sophomore at Newton South.
My name is Mark Liu, and I'm a junior at Newton South.
I'm Brendan Weissel. I'm a senior at Newton South. I do Denebla social media. I'm a cross-country captain, and I'm a representative for South Senate, and I'm on the Newton School Committee.
But a student venting on a private social media platform on the weekends without threatening anybody physically, there should be a boundary between home and school, and that to me, the school very much crossed the boundary into a student's private life.
But I also think it's kind of impeding on the students' freedom of speech because they are allowed to say basically whatever they want, and by suspending them is kind of showing that they don't support that.
I agree with the Supreme Court decision because the student wrote the message on a social media that wasn't sanctioned by the school, so it's basically off campus. It's as if she just said it out loud. I think it's different if she had done it on like a Schoology, like a sanctioned school platform.
Have you ever seen a similar situation occur at school?
Yeah, I've seen kids post stuff that, like say bad words, or say like things about the school they didn't like, or I know especially the schedule last year. I think it was kind of a fine line because I'd like managed the Denebla social media. People were like, "Oh, the schedule really sucks," and said some bad words about it. But obviously I can't really do anything about it because it's not on school, property or school sanctioned things.
Fuck that school. I do not agree with that shit.
I think the punishment was probably a little too harsh, given that he wasn't at school and the sign is so clearly ridiculous.
Have you ever seen a similar situation occur at the school?
Actually, one time I had weed socks on and they brought me into the office and made me take them off and go barefoot in my shoes. They wouldn't even let me reverse them so that it would just be normal socks. They made me go barefoot.
Everyone's time throughout school is difficult, and it makes people do and say things that maybe they wouldn't otherwise, and that might be inappropriate for the learning environment. However, everyone is entitled to their own opinion and speech.
That was so dumb, bro. I do not with that school.
And the line for that entitlement is really left to the school when students don't spend extensive amounts of time taking legal action. All of this really begs the question, how far does a student's right to free speech extend, and how often will schools really respect this right?